All right, guys, today we're gonna be talking about VWAP breakouts, how to use it, how to trade those, and then the criteria to find the best VWAP breakouts. So welcome back, everyone. I am lead trainer with Stocks Trade, Tim Bohen. Been trading for 17 years, been working with Stocks Trade as a mentor for over 8 years now, done over 6,000 live trading webinars. Today we're gonna be talking about the #1 day trading indicator out there. It's called VWAP. So volume weighted average price. And not to get too into the nitty gritty, but the best way I like to summarize VWAP is it is an amalgamation. Check me on that term, but it's a combination, amalgamation of the two most important data points when it comes to day trading: price and volume. Remember, price action, volume. Those are the two by far most important indicators. And what I love about VWAP is it basically pushes them together. So it's called volume weighted average price. So the average price, but volume weighted. So that, again, I won't get into the nitty gritty math, but the best way to summarize it is basically combining price and volume, our two favorite indicators, and that's why it kind of rides through the middle. Now, the reason we love those is for several reasons. It's giving us a read on the bullishness or the bearishness of the stock price, and then also it becomes basically what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, this has been going on for, I would say, about 7 or 8 years, where VWAP is the most fashionable technical indicator, for lack of a better term. I think back before that, about 10 years ago, moving averages were very hot, very trendy. Fibonacci's, again, kind of about 5 years ago, they fell off a little bit. Bollinger Bands, RSI. Now, it may sound corny, you're like, fashionable, trendy, we're talking about trading, but what's funny is as these technical indicators and as these strategies become more widespread, everyone, air quotes, is trading them and they're looking at these signals. So whether it be a level on a chart or a technical indicator, if everyone, and I'm doing the air quotes, I'm just saying a significant majority of momentum day traders are like, hey, this hot sector stock with news just broke through VWAP and they're buying it, think about what happens. That's that herd. If everyone's rushing into a stock or a concert or a basketball game, okay, what happens to the price? It explodes higher and becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that's why we care so much about VWAP. Next thing I'm going to show you is going to jump over to my screen here, and when it comes to settings, I want to show you what we're looking at here. And these are the settings based on looking for stocks that are that VWAP breakout. And you'll see, I'm a low price stock trader. You can manipulate these criteria if you want, but you'll see I'm looking at stocks from $1 to $20. We love those $1 to $20 stocks because that's a very attractive price range for short sellers, okay? When we can attract those short sellers in, they get twisted up on these stocks and they spike higher. So you'll often hear me say I'm not a big fan of true penny stocks. It's because a lot of short sellers simply don't like trading true penny stocks. It's hard to get borrows. A lot of times there's different margin requirements like the 250 rule. So people like to short those stocks in that 1 to 20 range. So the next thing I'm looking at is stocks that are up big on the day, more than 10%, trading big volume, greater than $1 million. And then the last criteria you'll see is basically I'm looking for stocks that are in that sweet spot of 2% within VWAP, okay? Whether that be 2% below or 2% above, because I'm looking for stocks that are getting ready to break out. I don't want to find stocks that are already breaking out. And with that 2% above or below, that's what that VWAP hugging action, you'll hear me use that term a lot. So now that stock is riding around VWAP. You can see we're trending in the afternoon right now. You see my clock above, it's 11 a.m. I'm on Pacific time right now. So we're going into that 2 p.m. window, exact time of day we want to look for this stock. And then what's great is you'll notice I'm running the scan right now. I get 6 stocks, very usable number, very actionable number. Something that a lot of people will screw up on scans is they'll have, very wide criteria. And because of that, you catch 50 or 100 stocks. Well, that defeats the whole purpose of a screener or a scanner. The whole point of a scanner is to give us a manageable number of stocks that we can go through and look at and say, okay, what's the news? What's going on with this stock? What's the sector, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to jump right ahead, and you can see CANO is right at the top of my list. and I sort by volume, okay? I'm always looking for stocks that are trading high volume. Now you look at CA&O, gapped up the previous night, ran up this morning, tried to re-break, but then faded. So this is what, and this is a good example. This is what I would call a weak price action chart, because if you look at the trend, it's broke above VWAP 3 times and failed. So that's a no-go. Now I'm gonna go down through the list and I'm gonna check out AAOI, and you'll see something on AAOI that is very attractive, okay? They had some news this morning. AOI adds a VP of Business Development and Broadband Access. You can see that news dropped this morning. It's June 20th at 7 a.m. So we have news. We have great volume, 6 million shares traded. If you notice down here in my basics box, normally the stock trades 400,000 shares on the entire day. 400,000 the entire day. It's 2 p.m. We got 6 million shares traded already. So that's the criteria we're looking at. We also jump over to the chart. Ooh, look at that beautiful breakout, baby. Look at that 52-week highs. Huge power move through that level back there last Friday at $4. Wow, that's a beautiful chart. So anyway, what we're looking at now, this is a great example. Live, sometimes you get lucky. I mean, this video is recorded, but the producer just said, hey, fire up the scan and show them a candidate. So here we go, AAOI. When we're looking for that VWAP hold high a day break, that breakout, we're gonna look at the morning highs at 565. You can see this stock, that yellow line is VWAP. It's holding above VWAP. If this stock can re-perk through that 565 level, that would be our entry, and then we would risk down on VWAP of 540. That means we're risking about 20 cents a share. Our goal would be 60 cents a share higher, so into the low 620s. Actually, this is a very solid setup if this pushes through the end of the day. So that's what we're looking for. You can see how I compared one weak price action to one that was very strong and one that checked all the boxes versus one that didn't. So that being said, let me know on AAOI, how high did it trade on June 20th, 2023? I'll obviously revisit it after this has been posted. So number one afternoon pattern, number one technical indicator, number one screener. So there's 3 different things I want you to focus on in this video. What is VWAP, how to use it, how to use the screener, and then how to interpret strong price action versus weak price action. Now, in summary, if there's any of these things that I know I talk fast, I click around fast. If I went too fast, if you didn't quite catch it, understand that every single day, 6 times a day, we're doing what's called the Daily Income Trader System webinars. We give a tour of the system, we live trade, we run the scans live. They're 100% free, and you can sign up and you can get on one whenever your schedule works. We start at 8 in the morning, we go up to 9 p.m., and we even do them on weekends. So click that link below, and we'll see you on the next webinar.